In the kitchen now with Carmen Gorniak. Happy New Year. Good to see you.
Yes, you too. Thank you very much, Amy. This is a great year. Great ideas.
Well, this is fun because I think, little things that we can do. I think people make these New Year's resolutions and they're a little bit too big, right? Don't you kind of agree with me?
Kind of start here and chunk it, make it a smaller chunk.
Right, exactly. Because if you set it too high, it's probably not going to happen, you know? So little changes can make a big difference. And this is a fun one. We're making homemade granola. And there's some interesting stuff in here. But you say it's going to have so much good stuff going on, people won't notice. There's coleslaw in the granola, okay? I'm saying it.
I know. We're just going to throw it out there for the new year. And so many great ideas. So I really would like to compliment as far as like a one skillet idea or also a one meal idea, and we're doing the same for breakfast. So that's what we're trying to do if you'd like to make your own granola bar or purchase them. But really we're putting in the components to keep you full, keep you healthy, and then also be creative.
And you were saying that there's a big push to try and get people to eat more vegetables, and then that's why there's coleslaw in this granola, because then you'll have actually some vegetables with breakfast, you know?
Exactly. And keep it easy.
Right.
So if this one isn't the best idea, always kind of play around with it. So we can do so many different things, and even if you don't put the coleslaw in the granola bar, have a glass of V8 or something with it. So we're just trying to complement and think about the whole plate and the My Plate idea.
Okay, all right. Got a big old bowl here, and this is a no-bake granola recipe.
No bake.
I have to tell you, the store-bought granola is okay, but I make it as well, and it's so much better. It tastes, it's just not even in the same, you know, can't even compare the two.
Can't even compare. And this one is really technical because we're going to measure everything. No, I'm kidding. We're just going to blop everything together. So, and actually,
yeah, go ahead.
About a cup of peanut butter we have.
Okay.
And we are also going to put in equal amounts, and you can make homemade peanut butter. So if you purchase, you can purchase peanut butter or make your own. If you have a strong blender, just throw nuts in, blend it really well. Tastes fantastic, and again, we're going to put in about the same amount of honey.
Cup of peanut butter, cup of honey.
Cup of honey.
They also have that all-natural peanut butter, which is really good. So, okay, so
exactly,
mix that together.
And then we can melt it maybe real quick in the microwave, or if it's still soft enough, either way. But we'll pop it in the microwave for about a minute.
Okay.
And then what we're looking at that is we do have the rest of the ingredients. We've put the honey and the peanut butter in. And now what you have options for is picking out your favorite cereal. And what I brought along this morning was Uncle Sam's. This has been around forever, Amy. It's the early 1900s. It has a beautiful profile as far as nice fiber, low sugar, and flaxseed. So it's already in the cereal, whole flaxseed, and it's a nice flake grainy. So kids might like that, and it's a different way of trying something healthy without it being so obvious.
So it's got a little crunch to it, you're saying, which is kind of nice.
It is. So it almost looks like some of their favorite, like maybe some of the frosted flakes or that type of thing, but without the sugar.
Right, okay, that's great.
So we'll bring that out and we'll put in, and again, it can be any cereal. It doesn't have to be the Uncle Sam's, but even Cheerios works really nice. Find out what the kids like or the family enjoys to eat, and incorporate that cereal into this recipe. It helps too to pick foods that you're familiar with, and then you're more likely to eat it.
Sure.
So we're going to dump, again, we're just going to dump in about, for this recipe we'll put in all of it.
Okay.
The whole box. It is a smaller box, so we can have room to put that in.
Okay.
And while Amy's mixing that, we're also going to throw in about a cup or so of oatmeal. And it can be quick oatmeal, it can be old-fashioned, it can even be the steel cut.
Okay.
And again, there's nothing picky about it. We're just throwing it in. If you'd like it a little bit gooier, maybe not put in so much cereal. If you'd like it a little bit drier, certainly put in more. So it's really like the type of granola bar. It's almost like a cookie.
Okay.
Do you like the crispy cookie or do you like the chewy, gooey cookie? Sure. So we're doing essentially the same thing. We're going to, while you're mixing that, and this is easy, we're going to put in a few raisins. Okay. And it can be any dried fruit, does not have to be raisins. It can be craisins, blueberries, Door County cherries, whatever is the family enjoys, or a combination of all. And then this is the part that everyone gets a little nervous about, but this is broccoli slaw, and we're trying so hard to incorporate and use all the vegetable. So this is the stem of the broccoli, and it's just shredded up real nice and incorporated with some shredded carrots and some cabbage.
So I get it. Once it gets in here, you're gonna basically taste the peanut butter and the honey and everything else going on in here.
Exactly.
Okay.
It kind of blends all together, and this recipe is really nice because it stores well. And if you do make it ahead of time, you can actually cut it into smaller bars and freeze it. With this in it, so it's already, boom, ready to rock and roll.
So does it need to be refrigerated because we've got that broccoli slaw in here?
If you put the broccoli slaw in, you might want to leave it out for a day or two, and then after that I would definitely refrigerate it. You might notice a little bit of moisture with the broccoli slaw, but it's certainly still palatable. It tastes great. It's just that it has a little bit more moisture, which works out fine in the recipe.
And it didn't look like we put a ton in there. Just what, a handful or so?
Just a handful, about a cup or less. If you want more, you certainly can. And then what you do is take the recipe, press it into a 9x13. And essentially, this is how it'll turn out. And again, you can add more too if you wanted to put oat bran or wheat germ or any other ideas.
And you just cut it like into bars?
Exactly. A serving would be about a half a cup. Especially as a snack. This is great for breakfast, and even if your children are involved in sports after school, this is something that they could throw in their backpack and kind of pull that out, and it's a great filler, great fiber, and a nice protein source as well.
And I love this because you could just, hand it to them as they're headed out the door to catch the bus, something that they can eat in a real hurry, and it happens to us all the time. Well, I don't have time to have breakfast. Well, yeah, you do,
Exactly, and maybe they won't see the broccoli slaw if it's early in the morning.
Real quick, how long will this last? If you make a big batch of this, how long will it last?
This, if you refrigerate it, I would refrigerate it up to a week.
Okay.
Exactly. And freezing it, it could be up to about 6 months.
Wonderful, Carmen. This is a fun one. We'll put the recipe on. You can do it with or without the slaw, up to you, but good either way. We'll put the recipe on our website, fox11online.com. Click on the Living tab, and recipes will be right there. And Carmen's going to stick around. We're going to do some smoothies a little later on, so stay with us.